Hey, what's going on, Taurus? Butch Tarot here. I'm gonna do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it will not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And let's get it. Yours will have for Taurus. What's going on for Taurus? What's going on for Taurus? Let's get two more shuffles for Taurus. All right, Taurus. So the first thing we have, Taurus, is I feel like this is a past person we're dealing with. I feel like there's someone that wants to come back. Now, I feel like this is someone that may have ghosted you in the past. And I feel like you may have gotten the sense that they were playing some sort of game. You know, they weren't giving you what you wanted. Even though I feel like there was a lot of connection there, but I just feel like they just weren't, it's like they weren't on the same page. And I feel like once they realized that, that's when they kind of, took off. They realized that you wanted more from them than I feel like they had to offer. But I feel like even though they walked away from this, I feel like they've been only thinking about you. And I feel like I feel like once they started to get some balance here, once they started to find, that groove that I feel like they were always lacking. I feel like it's pushing them back towards you. They finally feel like they're ready. I do see a lot of forward movement coming up, a lot of fast forward moving energy. I do see that they're ready to put in the work. They feel like they have more to offer you now. I just feel like once they realized that they didn't, once they got to a point where they thought they didn't have enough for you, they walked away before you could. They thought you were going to walk away from them, so they did it first. That feeling that you felt like they were just playing games, there's a lot of immature energy around them. I feel like they've come a long way since then. Now, I feel like part of you never really thought it was over, and I don't feel like it ever really was. I feel like there was also a part of you that always kind of was waiting for them to come back. It was like you almost already knew that they were going to come back eventually. I just feel like they didn't think they were on your level, and I don't feel like they were. I feel like they were right in the fact that they weren't on your level. They weren't able to give you what you wanted from them because they weren't there yet. But I feel like they're more there now than they ever were, because I feel like there's been a lot of big changes for this person. I feel like the last little while, they've been really concentrating on stability. And like I said, I feel like that's what's causing them to want to reach out to you. You know, I do see that communication opening up. I do see an offer being made. Now, I feel like I said, I feel like they've been thinking about you the whole time. I feel like they really didn't want to walk away in the past. I feel like it was kind of an immature move in the fact that they thought that eventually you would see that they weren't where you needed them to be and you would leave them. So it's almost like they did it first. You know, a very, very immature energy. But like I said, I feel like they've grown a lot. I feel like there's a lot of, big changes. I feel like they made a lot of these changes to come back to you because they didn't feel like it was over either. They didn't want it to be over. It was almost like they walked away, but they knew they'd be back. And I feel like you felt the same way. It's almost like you didn't really, it really didn't affect you. It didn't really cause you any kind of grief or any kind of heartbreak because it's almost like you knew they'd be back. You knew that this wasn't over, and they knew it as well. I just feel like they took the wrong approach. Instead of stepping up their game in the past and getting their shit together while they had, while they were with you, I feel like they just couldn't, they couldn't get it together. But I feel like they finally got their shit together and they're finally ready to make that next step. And I feel like this is a fairly recent decision that they've made to come back. I feel like they finally feel like they're ready. Now, I feel like you are going to get what you want from this person moving forward. And I do see a lot of happiness. A lot of good fortune coming. I feel like there's a very, very stable relationship here. And there's a lot of love. I feel like you just enjoyed this person's company in the past. And I feel like you weren't as worried about them not being on your level as much as they were. I mean, I feel like you thought about it. I feel like there was a part of you that felt like, they need to step up. But I don't feel like you were as worried about it as they thought you were. And like I said, at the end, I feel like they just felt like they were playing games. It felt like they were being very immature. It felt like, they weren't able to give you what you want. But like I said, I feel like you both kind of knew that wasn't the end. It was almost like you had to take that break. They needed that break from you to get their shit together. Because I feel like as long as they were around you, they always felt inadequate. They always felt like they wouldn't live up to it. So they had to walk away. They had to do their own thing and get themselves together. But I feel like that's what's causing them to move forward now, is because I feel like they finally feel like they're on the same page. They finally feel like they have something to contribute. Emotionally, they never walked away. And like I said, I do see a lot of forward movement. I do see that they've been thinking about you the whole time. It's almost like getting their shit together was their goal. And you were always the prize. They always had their eye on the prize while working on the goal. I feel like they kind of, to be completely honest with you, I feel like they needed to walk away. I feel like they needed that time to themselves because I feel like they would never have gotten where they are now if they would have continued with you. Like I feel like they needed to find their own pace and work at it. Well, like I said, this person is going to reach out. This person does want to come back. They want you back. And like I said, I feel like you're going to get a different side of this person because I feel like they're really on a different level than they were before. And I feel like they needed that space. Like I said, I feel like they needed the time to get their shit together. And I feel like being with you only made them feel more inadequate. Like they seen you and they couldn't live up to that. You know, it was the right person at the wrong time. But I feel like the time is right now. And so do they. And like I said, I feel like there's a part of you that always knew it wasn't over. And it's always like a little part of you always kind of waited because you knew they'd come back. Now with this person, we have a lot of earth, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. We have a lot of water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And we have a lot of fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You know, it's almost like they couldn't live under your shadow. They had to get out. You know, it's like that story of the two trees. The one big tree overshadows the little tree, so this little tree doesn't get a lot of light. I don't know where I heard that. I think it was a Christmas movie. But it holds. Sometimes they just need to get out to spread their wings and to get to where they need to be. Because they didn't want you getting them there. You know, they didn't want to live off your accomplishments. They didn't want to live off you and just be the person next to you. You know, they wanted to earn their place. They didn't just want to be there. They wanted to, you know, belong there. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.